Will you ever tell your kids?
Tell them what?
Connected to them all day.
I don't lie to my children, even the situation in the last episode, I tell them everything that's going on, because especially this day and age, you have the internet, you have something called Google. We didn't have that growing up. Right. But what we did have, you always hear your family whispering. So when I was growing, my family was like, shh. Yeah. But I was like, on the floor doing high spy. So I always knew, but in a sense, not fully, but I was, scared to actually ask the questions. But as far as the Donnie Brasco book and movie later on came out, when that book came out, I didn't know about that. And I was in maybe my late teens, and I was like a grown girl bawling. I was hysterical crying because that should have been told to me. Thank God a family member, a friend of mine did tell me, the creator of the show, Jennifer Graziano, she did, we were hanging out with my sister, she brought the book. It still crushed me. So my advice to anybody that has children, especially in this day and age with internet and Google, there's no hiding anything. So if anything's gonna happen to you, go to your children's first. You don't have to tell them in an adult tone. You could tell them in a children type of way where they kind of could get it and process this, but you have to tell them anything about yourself.
Let me, I know the viewers, sometimes they get kind of twisted. So can you tell them actually what your grandfather character was in the movie, which actor that was?
It was played by Al Pacino, and my grandfather was Lefty Guns Ruggiero, but what y'all don't know, unless you follow the family and you read the book, once he wrote the book was sold to the industry, the movie industry, and they had the right to change it up. My grandfather died in Sloan Kettering Hospital of cancer on Thanksgiving Day. He was not murdered. He was not sent for it. That did not happen. That is movie glitters and glamours, boom boom, let's just make this a big gangster movie. That didn't happen. So a lot of things in that movie wasn't true. My grandfather they had him dressing like a rag. My grandfather was a top-notch dresser. We come from a family of dressers. My mom, FAT, my grandmother owned a store. This is our thing. So, they kind of played that so badly. And just certain things I had it fixed. They had my grandmother up in the movie. They were divorced. She had the nagging ex-wife. I worked at that time for a prominent law firm, and I got that shit taken out. And I don't want it for money. Don't hurt my family. Nothing I could do pertaining to my grandfather, because he was dead. They waited till he died. We didn't have anything set up. It was what it was. But when it comes to family members that were alive, it ain't happening.
So did you approach Al Pacino?
Yes.
I heard that you approached him.
Al Pacino.
What did you tell him?
He was filming in my old neighborhood, which I grew up in the Lower East Side, so I knew the neighborhood. I knew the people. I was still good there. So I went there, I waited outside his trailer, I had the proper material, which was my grandfather's letters, I had pictures, I was set if he was gonna question. But, I waited outside, I called him out, I said, excuse me, Mr. Pacino, I need to speak to you. He looked to me, I said, regarding my grandfather, Lefty Guns. He said, wait, give me a second, his eyebrow raised, I went in his trailer, me and my sister, for about maybe over an hour. He was a gentleman, and he said to me, which was probably the best, knowledge anybody had given me at this time, he says, your grandfather right now, he's based upon all different characters in this movie. He's like, we're taking this guy, and we made it into your grandfather. And after I had kind of dabbled in the book, and I saw how they did the book opposed to the movie, that was true. So they kind of formed my grandfather in a kind of mishmash of all these people that he had around him. And that was true, from the way he dressed, from the way he spoke, and the way he died. That wasn't real life.
Right.
So I appreciate that he took the time. I respect him. I'm not going to hate him. Like I said to him, listen, I know you got a job to do, like other people have jobs to do. So when it comes to his family, if you could, just play the part real strong that he loved us, because that's what he did. Whatever he did, his extracurricular activity, what he may or may not done, that's not my business. But when his family, that is my business, and I lived it and I am it. So I just gave him that.
Now, when you're speaking about how Hollywood described him, what about the hip-hop culture, how they embrace the mob lifestyle? What do you think about that?
I think the hip-hop culture and any American type of culture, they're so fascinated by the mob, but what they really don't know, anything that's affiliated with crime at the ending is really sad, because they make the mob this way, and they're all killers, and they're all they have people written in the papers that are thugs, and I'll be like, I'm tougher than this dude, That's the truth. They have my man right now describes him as top criminal #1. That's not it. I'm more of a rowdier person than he is, But this is what the paper wants to do, and this is how they want to write it. And like I said before, this is half the time you wind up using newspapers to wipe your ass when you run out of toilet paper. Let's keep it real. That's what it's about. But the mob at the end, it was what it was back in the day, but right now it still equals the same thing. If you're gonna kind of be affiliated with it, and if you're gonna get caught, it equals sadness. You know, there are families behind it. There's wives, there's kids, everybody leaves behind. Men, if they're real men, are gonna go do that time, but the wives, the kids, they suffer. They suffer on a different level.
And they do the time with them.
They do the time, because you know what? It's just heartbreaking, because it's like, here, okay, here's another day, we crossed it off. Here's another holiday, I don't have my grandfather. Now I have to go there. I have to go through, like, you know, go through the whole thing. Go here, you know, take out, you have the wrong shirt today. You can't come into the visit. There's a whole, like, process going on. You know, you wait more to go through those doors than opposed to you actually get with them. Like, you go to MDC right now, you're waiting more outside than you're getting inside, and it's, you know, it's not right. But whatever, it is what it is. You do something, you gotta pay.
Somebody wanted to ask, says, viewer question, does Ramona listen to Waka Flocka? And if so, what's her favorite song?
I love Waka.
Excuse me. She answered, thank you.
I listen to him. I know it's not Waka Flocka, but if you want me to sit and go verbatim on his actual song, it's not gonna come to my mind.
So what's your favorite rapper right now?
I'd have to probably go with the old school, like, not in a sense, but the ones that, you know, kind of like mean something. You know, it's like a Jay-Z, it's like a 50 Cent. I do like, you know, I like Lil Wayne. You know, I like all these people.
Do you like the leggings?
The what?
The leggings.
Jeggings he
The
wears?
leopard leggings.
Oh, his little, like,
Yeah, the
it's
leotard.
tight style.
I mean, do you...
Are you okay with his style?
you know what? That goes into the fact that's the same controversy about him kissing, you know. But I still like him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got to do what's right for them. That's not to discredit him as a rapper. He could go rock that, and obviously he's doing it well because his record sales are through the roof. Whatever he may spit and say, it's all on that. However he wants to dress or kiss his supposedly the father,
But
that's
you know,
on him.
but you know that
I gotta respect that because
that's
it's
the
him.
mafia. He said, you know the question. His question was, "Now, what's the mafia? That's what we do.
Well,
we kiss each other.
We kiss on the cheeks. But maybe that's how the Cash Money Mafia is. I can't say that because I'm not that. I respect people because that's their group.
Yeah.
So maybe that's how they do it. All I know is his hits are high and his numbers are good, and God bless him. He's definitely a genius. God bless. Lil Wayne is 100% one of the best right now.
Definitely. So we give you Jay-Z. What are you giving 1 to 10?
Jay-Z, because all the things that he's accomplished, is definitely a 10.
All right. Tupac. 1 to 10.
Tupac, we gotta put it where he deserves. He's a legend, so he's a 10 plus.
LL Cool J.
LL, Mr. Queens. In his time, body, lips, everything. He retired probably at an 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
Chuck, you got somebody? Drake.
Nah.
Drizzy Drake. Yeah. Drake is my children's favorite. So Drake does, Drake's got the whole thing with Rihanna. Drake is doing what we need him to do right now.
Let's give it up for Ramona. Now tell us, tell your Twitter. Do you have a Facebook?
I have a Facebook.
I know it's probably like 15 million fake
It's funny because I still didn't really get all, I guess, officially realizing what's going on, because I have all these people going on my personal page and befriending me. So every day I'll have hundreds and hundreds of requests, and I have to go through them because some people really I do know. But my fan page is Ramona Rizzo Mob Wives, and my Twitter is Ramona Rizzo VH1. And I took it because Ramona Rizzo was taken. The one with the check is Ramona Rizzo VH1. So
the check
means a lot. The check means a lot in the mail. The check means a lot on Twitter. I mean, this is the check. If you got the check, you're good.
Yeah.
So I'm good. And just look out for a lot of things I'll be doing. I have a tanning mist product coming out.
Okay.
I have t-shirts coming out, and you can go on my website, RamonaRizzo.com, and
tell them right now. Tell them.
Oh,
she's so beautiful, man.
I'm looking at you. I'm enjoying this.
I know.
This
We
whole
both been staring at
interview.
each
We gotta keep it going. You're really easy to talk to. Must be that Queens thing.
Telling you, man. Fuck it. But hey, man.
Anyways.
I get going. Live on the edge.
I feel like we're hanging out.
Yeah. So
tell them where to go so we can copy your t-shirts.
Okay, you gotta
I'm gonna cop 10 of them.
Well, there's gonna be different ones. VH1's gonna offer their own because they're certain things that I may say, like right now I'm known for that stop being nice, and I got little kids going up to the mall making it.
Stop being nice.
Yeah.
Fuck you, all right.
Yeah. So you can go to VH1 and see me there, but my official website is RamonaRizzo.com, and my Twitter is Ramona Rizzo VH1, and my Facebook fan page is Ramona Rizzo Mob Wife. So check them out and let me know which one you like.